Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back. So this is gonna be an update. I wasn't gonna post anything today because I'm just not feeling it really. I'm not feeling too great. Yeah, but I felt compelled to, so here I am. So my hair is pissing me off. I tried doing a Princess Leia bun situation, but my hair like doesn't want to stay like that, but I needed to because it was like driving me nuts. Getting knotted every 5 seconds. People need to put their Sedna combs on their altars because that's a message, all right? So here we go. So this is something involving the world stage. A deal to end the Iran war seemed close. Then Trump started posting on social media. I clicked on it, and what I got was, first of all, let me take this off. Okay, let me take that off. I clicked on it and it tried getting me to agree to something, which I needed to point out is a form of a timeline trap with these, what are they called? News stations or whatever. So don't do that, okay? Then we got 3 ships attacked in Strait of Hormuz. Oh yeah, by the way, the whole Hormuz. I think I talked about it like the other day because I was like, Muse? Oh, I go by Harlequin Muse, and I was like basically shown and told that the Strait of Hormuz is directly connected to me. That's why my arms go numb all the time. That's why I'm constantly feeling drained and attacked and siphoned. And it's something with the Stargate portal there. There's certain beings that are connected to Stargates on the planet. Anyway, the whore part, I didn't address that. So, like, they're basically calling me a whore. And they're whoring my energy out. They're being, I've been called a whore for a really long time. Granted, I was a bit loosey-goosey at certain points, but I was heavily under the influence of dark magics and also driven by a higher power to fulfill missions that a lot of people don't understand. So something I was guided to write down, to explain with this, because people keep bringing this up. It keeps getting brought up. There's the whole, and I've said this before, the whole, where hast thou been, sister, killing swine. Okay. That's one answer for it. And where's the other one, or what's the other answer is there's a show called In the Dark with Murphy Mason. She's a blind chick that becomes like a vigilante detective. And let's see. Okay, so it's a gritty crime drama. Let's see, a sarcastic, hard-drinking woman, blind since age 14, who uses her guide dog. That's a Jupiter, something with Jupiter there. To help investigate the murder of her friend. Over 4 seasons, it evolves from a whodunit into a character-driven story of a flawed protagonist navigating danger. I definitely recommend watching this show. I saw on, I think we'll get to that screenshot in a second. Okay. Plot. When her friend Tyson disappears and police dismiss the case, Murphy sets out to find the killer, leading to a dangerous alcohol-fueled investigation. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Okay. Her dog Pretzel and Tyson's cousin Darnell. Set in Chicago. Yeah. Okay, I didn't really screenshot this very well, but she uses sex to avoid dealing with her grief over her friend, Tyson. She famously tells Jess, her best friend, that she doesn't do feelings, preferring meaningless, repetitive emotion over emotional connection. The messy philosophy, a recurring theme in her dialogue, is that she is a disaster and anyone sleeping with her should know what they're getting into. She often pushes people away with lines like, I'm a lot to handle and I don't want to be handled. I was just talking about that like yesterday, about the handler thing and all of that, or maybe it was 2 days ago. I don't know. Sarcasm as a shield. When confronted about her string of one-night stands, she typically responds with biting humor to shut down the conversation, often pointing out that her blindness doesn't stop her from seeing how pathetic most people are. Yeah. Okay. A cynical, hard-drinking woman whose only friends are her roommate, Jess, and Tyson, a teenager who saved her from a mugging. When she finds Tyson's body, but it disappears before police arrive, she begins her own investigation. So I asked about a specific line that I'd remembered her saying. And it says, when Murphy Mason confronts Dean Riley, the detective who she discovers killed her friend Tyson. Dean and Riley is interesting because Eyelet Green Dean is the Xbox name of that dude that showed up the day before my kid's father died. Riley is the last name of this chick, Amanda, that I went to elementary school with. Her name was Amanda Riley. She was like a nerdy... She kind of looked like a witch. She's like really nerdy, and I never had a problem with her. I don't know. We were really good friends, and then we just fell off. I don't know really what happened, but there's something there. And then the bully, the school bully, would always on Amanda's pencil box, because we all had pencil boxes. She had her name wrote Amanda. She would always separate the letters and make it Amanda to be a dick, because she was not very like she didn't dress up all girly and stuff like that, and they would just make fun of her. They would make fun of me all the time as well, but I fucking hate that chick. Samantha Halloran, you're a fucking bitch, okay? It ain't all about you, bitch. That was her screen name on AOL or AIM. It's all about me. Haha, your fucking boyfriend ended up sucking Nick Dante's dick, you fucking loser. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna throw shade at these fucking bullies. I'm sick of all you bullies. You fucking suck. Anyway, an intense... Oh, and also I was trying to make a correlation. So with the Riley thing, there's this Amanda Waller on Suicide Squad, and I had already brought up Amanda Pastor chick from when I was a child. But then there's this Amanda Riley, and then there's the Amanda Waller from Suicide Squad, and she's the handler, and her last name is Waller, and there's the drawing that I made in high school of the two eyes with the lovers with the wall between them. So there's something there. Okay. In a tense exchange, Dean attempts to manipulate Murphy by suggesting their previous physical intimacy meant that they had a real connection. Murphy shuts him down with one of her most famous and brutal quotes. You really think you're special because we slept together? I'm blind, Dean. I can have sex with literally anyone and it means nothing to me. Why it's significant. Deconstructing the villain. Dean believed he could use Murphy's vulnerability and their brief romance to keep her quiet about his crimes. Murphy's response completely strips him of that power. Throughout the series on Netflix, Murphy often uses casual sex as a shield to avoid genuine emotional intimacy. This quote is the ultimate expression of how she uses her disability and her cynical worldview to detach herself from others. The turning point. This moment marks the official end of their friendship and fuels Murphy's drive to see Dean brought to justice, leading into the high-stakes finale of season 2. And by the way, if anyone's like lost here, confused with any, I never slept with that Dean guy. That he was trying to sleep with me, and then he snuck that kiss by my front door, like the Garden of Gethsemane or whatever, because my garden's like right there. Which I find interesting how I get no views, but then my short that I posted of the two bees flying around, the bumblebees flying around outside, and I showed my little garden, I got like 800 views. Like, what's up with that? Alright, so anyway, Murphy also has a similarly toxic and complicated dynamic with Josh Wallace. I don't remember who that is, but again with the wall. And then Ace. In later seasons, while they also sleep together, their relationship turns into an obsessive cat and mouse game with the whole Adeline and Slade. What is his name? Slade or some shit that they're saying Deadeye Two Tongues is. And then Adeline's the one that he carved a rose in her wrist or whatever. Something about cat and mouse game, where Josh becomes a secondary antagonist driven by a personal vendetta against her. I don't know if that's true with him. I really don't give a fuck. I don't know what's going on. I really don't care at this point. I'm just like, nothing's probably ever gonna happen. But I'm just putting this information out there because I actually care about the people. So hopefully who needs to get the message gets the message, and who needs to figure it out figures it out, because all of this is connected to everything else. All right. And then I also wanted to point out there, oh, and I remember on the show there's like a character named like Matt or something. I remember thinking it was like, reminded me of like my kid's father or something. And then he gets like shot. I don't know. It was really sad whatever happened. I don't really remember. That show was fucked up. Oh, and then there was people talking shit on Reddit. Does anybody talk about how annoying Murphy Mason is and how she's a fucking loser or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, okay, there you go again with your shitty narratives. Anything that resembles me in this world, they twist and distort into some fucking hellfire bullshit, okay? And so, okay, and then there's also something got brought up today with this chick named Deanna. I don't know her last name, but she was connected to my children's father. And I fucking hate her. I don't say that lightly. I really don't hate people. But if I were to put someone's head on a fucking pike, it would be that bitch. It would be that bitch. She was as evil as they fucking come. Literally, I don't know what kind of hoodoo bullshit she did. I don't know if my kid's father was ever really, like, on my team, honestly, but I feel like, and I'm going to tell you a story about him in a minute, but I feel like he was under some kind of heavy witchcraft type shit, because I remember him, the way he was acting was like he was not really there. It's like he was a zombie, okay? And I didn't recognize it as witchcraft, because I really didn't know anything about witchcraft, at least consciously at the time, you know. Like I said in my other video, I only started doing stuff like 3 years ago with that, and it was all on instinct, no training, nothing. I mean, I've watched shows about witches and stuff. I've read some books. Well, the books that I've read on witchcraft, though, was like after. Was it after? Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. It's like after. I only read actually one, and I listened to the audio, and it was the Doctrine of and Ritual of High Magic. And then recently I read some of the the Book of the Secret Magic of Abremlin the Mage. And then Solomon's Keys, I never actually read it. I just used it as a reference very recently when I started praying. When I started praying with the whole children thing, praying for the children. Okay, so this chick, right? I was at staying at a crackhead motel with my 2-year-old and a newborn. We were homeless, and that's where we were put by the state of Massachusetts. And this place was run by like Indian people, I don't know. And they appeared to be Indian. And I literally found a crack pipe, because I would always clean like before, because we were moved around from like everywhere. And I would always clean the room before, you know, we settled in or whatever. Settled is a big word. And there's a fucking crack pipe in there. So that was fun to find. My kid's father just basically left me there with the kids. He took my car. He took all my money. He took my cards. He took my phone. He left me with nothing. And there wasn't even a phone in the room. So I had nothing. And at some point, he came back with this chick, Deanna. And she was messaging me on some social media thing, talking shit, telling me I'm a little bitch, that I wouldn't come out and confront her. If that was my man, I'd come out there and fuck that bitch. I'd fuck a bitch up. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck a bitch up while I got a fucking baby in my arms, you dumb fucking cunt. Catch me outside, bitch. Someone put me in a room with her. I swear to God. Oof. I mean, she's probably not. Whatever. I don't even need. It's fine. So then, yeah, so like, yeah, no, that was when, I guess, I don't know, did he come, he brought my car back or something, and then she came and picked him up, and then, I don't know, guys, I don't really remember exactly, but I just remember her talking shit, and coming and getting him at some point, and then I remember, like, me having to go up to the front office to use the phone. I was, like, trying to contact my dad or something to help me. I don't know. Which my dad, by the way, did, you know, come through a lot for me during those times. I will say that, you know, he had been there for me, but, like, I also feel like he was definitely, he was under some black magic type shit as well. Like I said, he's like the Ice King from Adventure Time. But then there's also, like, I feel like he's part of these, like, Eastern Stars or whatever they are. I don't know. Like, he's part of some organization. I was also told he's, like, a investigative reporter in the spirit, and like a military leader or some shit is like in his chart and stuff. So I don't really know. I also know, you know, how much fucking trauma he put me through and all the shit he put me through, which I posted on Instagram. You know, me begging for him to get away from that fucking wretched, evil ass stepmother, and him even witnessing what she was doing and then still choosing to be with her. It took her leaving for them to finally fucking break up. And then he put me through hell. The only time he stopped was once I got him a girlfriend. I got him on dating sites and made his profiles and stuff, and then he found a girlfriend who's actually like seems like a nice person. The Debbie chick I talked about, that the name Debbie was in that weird ass letter that I revealed on Instagram, which is the whole thing with like Texas, and then like Alex's name is in there, and like I don't even know what all that's about. Who the fuck Nell is, I don't know. For some reason, Nell is reminding me of Angelina, who's my stepmother's daughter. I don't know, guys. I'm really done with all of this. Like, this, we're done. The parts of a story, the falling action, loose ends are tied up, and we're on part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 parts of a story. Last time I brought this out, we rolled the dice. Which part are we on? It said 4. Loose ends are tied up, and we learned any details that weren't explained before. Resolution, we arrive at the new normal for the characters. It's gotta happen. It's gotta fucking happen. I cannot keep doing this. I won't keep doing this. I won't keep living like this, and neither should any of you. This lack mindset trap bullshit that they all got us under. It's fucking black magic, or I don't like the word black magic, sorry, I keep using that. Baneful magic spells that they got us all trapped under, ripping at each other's throats. We need to join hands, hand in hand, rise up and take the shit down. Enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough is enough. Done been enough times a fucking million. Okay. Anyway, so next, the other chick I wanted to bring up, I had made a post about some chick, Haley, that claimed to have been the mother of Ryan's child or whatever. Which, fuck that Jerry Springer shit, dude. I don't fucking do that, okay? Unfortunately, I was dragged into some shit like that over and over and over again. But it is what it is, right? So the other chick that pulled that shit is, her name's Sibohan, or Siobhan. Sibohan. I don't know what her last name is. I don't remember. I don't have any screenshots in my Google photos of any conversations with her. I deleted my old Facebook a while ago, so I don't have anything. But, you know, she went to the courts, and I guess she was trying to get state benefits or whatever for her child. And, you know, I had actually met this chick in real life. I went to her house. She lied to me. She told me she never slept with him. She tried acting like my friend. She was a witchy bitch. She was real witchy. I thought she was cool, though. I was like, oh, you're cool. But, like, I knew. Everyone was in love with him. Everybody. They were all obsessed with him. They all stabbed me in the back. My best fucking friends, since I was 5 years old, stabbing me in the back over this dude's dick. Pathetic. And, anyway, she ended up, I tried asking her, like, is it, you know, are you really trying to say your child is my children's sibling? Because if so, why didn't you come to me, you fucking evil ass bitch? That's fucked up. Like, you're gonna claim that, or even suspect that your child is my children's sibling, and not even have the respect to tell me, so that, you know, maybe someday my children end up meeting your child and having a relationship with them or something, and then it's some incest shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They're sick. And, you know, I ended up finding out from my children's father's mother. It's like, you know, and then she told me it didn't go through. It didn't, you know, that it came, because, like, she petitioned the court, just like the other chick went through LabCorp, where I got all my children's DNA tested. Because my youngest wasn't, my kid's father wasn't on the birth certificate because he died. He was in jail when he was born, and then, you know, he didn't meet him because he was being a fuckhead, fucking around with some other bitch. And, so I had to, you know, get their DNA tested and whatever. So they sent their shit to LabCorp and compared it against my kids, and then it came back no. And then with Siobhan, they tried saying, they told me that the mother, that they destroyed the DNA of my kid's father, that it was gone, that it was contaminated or something. Like, the person at the morgue, like, didn't handle it properly, so, like, they had nothing to compare for my kids. So they just compared their DNA together, and it showed that it was 99.9% that they were all, like, biological siblings. But then with Siobhan, they were saying that they compared it to something, and that it came back negative, that it wasn't, oh, somebody don't want me to say that, okay, that it wasn't his child. But I personally don't even know what the fuck's going on, because this is just shit I've been told, and everyone likes to lie to me and everything. So, which I'm calling judgment on all of that, because nobody should get lied to about their children and who their father is and all that crap. Like, it's just fucked. So I'm calling code black on all these motherfuckers. Also, the story I wanted to tell about my kid's father was that oh, let me see something. What is this? Yeah, so there will be no renegotiating of any some contract that was broken due to its disgustingness. This kept coming out that they wanted me to renegotiate a contract or walk away. No, you can walk away. You can get the fuck off the planet, bitch. How about that? Or you can stop being a coward. Catch me outside. Oh, something we don't know. Primordial balance. Universe corrects an energetic imbalance, restoring order to existence. Supply chain truths. Behind the scenes, abuses of labor resources become visible. Alright. So, this story, right? So he had told me this story. I don't think I've shared this before on my social media. When he was a little kid, he you know, would travel around the neighborhood just as I used to do. I would just wander around barefoot. I was a wild child. So he would do the same thing, and he came across these kids that, like, were never supervised, and they lived in this rundown ass house. He described to me that they were literally just filthy and, like, eating raw hot dogs out of the package. Okay? He described a scene of them, like, in the kitchen, like, sitting on the countertops or whatever, just eating, like, raw hot dogs out of the package. And which makes me think, because I've been explaining a lot of stuff from my past and then, like, assimilating it to, like, creepy sexual innuendos, and I'm like, the raw hot dogs out of the package, like, because that had been his childhood mind protecting him from something else. Maybe there was adults there and they were doing some fucked up shit. Whatever. Anyways, so he decided to go home and gather his favorite toys, or like a lot of his toys, and put them in a wagon and bring them to these kids' house because they didn't have any toys really, and try to play with them. So he brought the toys there and they all just ignored him. And then he's playing in the yard with them, and then one of them comes up, or I don't know how many, but they came up behind him with a fucking boulder and smashed him in the back of the head with it. And he said all he remembered was just like blood pouring down, and like his vision was going like this, which that's what happened to me when I was little and my toe got chopped in half. I just remember my vision going like this and then like blood splurting out from my toe. So he ended up somehow getting home. I don't quite remember that part. I think his dad, I remember him saying something about his dad and his uncle, Helder, or Helda, whatever the fuck you want to call him, drove around the neighborhood trying to find these kids or something, but they couldn't find them, and like he couldn't remember where they were or something. But like, you know, they do things like this to kids because they use these as opportunities to implant them with stuff. They use it as opportunities to traumatize them and fuck them up. He was like such a loving little kid. He was a little angel from what I understand, and you know, they just fucked him up, man. And then, you know, he was also bullied in school relentlessly. And then this, I'm trying to remember exactly. There was this person, his name is Jake, I think. If you Google, like, I think his name's Jake. If you Google murderer, I think it's New Bedford that it happened, New Bedford, Massachusetts. Gay bar, cop killer, machete. This dude ended up going on a rampage and going to a gay bar, and like, I don't know if he killed anybody there, but I know he slashed up a bunch of people. And then he went and picked up like his ex-girlfriend or something who had like 3 kids or some shit. And I don't know if she willingly went with him or like he hijacked her, but then he ended up like killing her and killing himself, I believe. They went on a high-speed chase with the cops, and then he, like, murdered a cop, and then murdered her, murdered himself. I don't know. It was just a whole fucking thing, right? But this was the only person that showed him kindness, my kid's father. He was being bullied relentlessly, and then this person was the only person that wanted to be his friend. So there's all these puppeteers in the background doing this to all of our children and doing all kinds of fuck shit, you know, and it's just, like, so fucked up, man. So I'm calling Code Black on that shit as well. Okay, and that's all I got for updates. Okay, and then we're just gonna do the I'm just gonna do the superpower thing because I want to get that over with. We're trying to make it to 144 because that's the frequency that you need to get to for reality. 240 is better, but I don't have the energy to do that. Maybe eventually. But we're also kind of looking at this as like boxing rounds, like boxing with the enemy, like raising up our team of superheroes, you know what I mean? So alright, so pick a number between 1 and 5. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so for number 1, you got 47. 47 is... somebody's already... There's a disturbance in the force. Okay. The Grimoire Knight. That's pretty cool. Your colors are leather brown, ink black, and brass. Okay. And you got 6 powers. Your first one is blood memory, ancestral recall through lineage. Your second one is hold on. Aqua Purity Pulse sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. Your third one is Corruption Extraction, pulls spiritual pollution from land affected by violence, neglect, or exploitation. Next one is Air Clarion Field, creates a radius of perfectly clean air, dissolving smog, smoke, and airborne toxins. Next, you have Biome Reweaving, reconstructs damaged ecosystems by restoring native species and rebalancing food webs. Then you got Toxin Transmutation, converts pollutants, chemical, energetic, emotional, into harmless or beneficial substances. And that's it. So congratulations. Okay. Oh, and I just remembered something else I wanted to share. I don't think they really want me to share it, but I'm going to anyway. When I went to the laundromat, I don't know what day it was, 2 days ago, and Roseanne was playing the show Roseanne, which I used to watch like all the time. Later that day, I made a video. Spiritual burp. I just said that so weird though. Okay. We're releasing something here. I made a video, very passionate video, talking about like let my people go type shit, and then I went to the grocery store. Normally I'd kind of hide. I'd feel like I want to hide, or I did feel like I wanted to hide, because I was like, oh, you know, I'm sick of people. Like every time I'm passionate, anytime I speak up, you know, somebody's always trying to assault me in public or come at me or make me feel uncomfortable or whatever. But I was like, fuck it, I'm you know, whatever. So I needed to go to the store, to the market. So I went to the grocery market, whatever you want to call it, okay? And I go into the produce section, and I automatically like sense this like energy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I see this person who looks almost identical to Roseanne Barr's son. I don't remember his name. That actor that plays him. He's also on that show with the nerds. Leonard. He plays the guy Leonard with Penny. And so I don't know if he was like a skinwalker or like who, but it was like I couldn't help but smile from ear to ear. I was like, what is this shit? Like, what is this? It was just wild. And then he like, I keep seeing him like the whole time I'm in the store. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's just so weird. It was just so weird. But like the cool thing, the interesting thing was like, they had this like look on their face, like empathy. And I was like, wow, like I haven't seen that look in a hot minute from anyone. Like this look of just like true empathy. Like they knew everything, and like they understood or something, you know? And but also like this kind of perplexed look, like they were, or like this look like they were up to something, you know, but not like anything necessarily bad. I didn't get the vibe, but like they were up to something, and I was like, who is this? So that, I thought that was interesting. All right, so next, the next one we have is group number 2. Your number is 72. And then it's funny because the Tuning Forks guy, the Elect of the Living God, I think his name is on YouTube. The light actually just went brighter. That day, he had brought up in one of his readings, I believe it was the same day, how he had seen, he's pretty sure he saw a skinwalker, like a shapeshifter or whatever. He saw like a raven, and then it like, he could have sworn it was a person, all of a sudden it's a raven, and like he was like, what the fuck? He's like, that wouldn't be the strangest thing I've seen, but it was pretty strange. I was like, so there's something going on. Okay. Alright, so we got, oh, come on, okay, 72. So, 72, oh, great, I'm missing the paper. Hold on. Alright, so 72 is called the Neon Archivist, and their colors are neon pink, ink black, and hollow silver. And you got 6 powers as well. Your first one is 18, weather harmonization. Gently corrects extreme weather patterns without disrupting natural cycles. That would be great, because like Wacky Weatherman, if you know, you know, really needs to stop. Okay, next we got 17, urban composting aura. Any organic waste within range becomes nutrient rich compost instantly. Ooh, that's interesting. Next we have 3, which is soil rebirth touch. Restores dead or contaminated soil to fertile living earth. Then we got blood memory, ancestral recall through lineage. Then we got seed song manifestation. Singing or chanting causes seeds to sprout instantly into mature, healthy plants. And then we got aqua purity pulse. Sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. Oh, something that just came up for me that I wanted to say is, I feel like it's pretty obvious, but I haven't called it out, so I'm going to call it out because it keeps getting brought up, is that I think that Elect of the Living God guy is supposed to be like Will Smith from Suicide Squad, like the Deadshot or whatever. So. And I remember, and he, you know, and he says he's gay, right? And there's this whole thing about people conspiring about Will Smith being gay, so I find that really interesting. And then also the Leo King, or DLP, as I've referred to him before, brought up how Will Smith was supposed to be like Neo and guide. I think he was like talking about me at one point. I felt like he was talking about me when he brought this up, because the way he speaks in codes and stuff, and like whatever he was saying, I don't remember exactly, but like, something about, like, guiding me, but then I was like, that's not Neo, that'd be, oh my god, I can't think of his fucking name. The other guy that gives him the pills, whatever. Morpheus, there you go. But, yeah, and then it's funny because the Elect of the Living God guy was talking about, he was gonna drop some info about the Matrix. He had some, like, crazy info about the Matrix and stuff, and I was like, it's weird. Okay. So, oh, I want to also say that, you know, I was kind of, like, exhibiting some animosity towards Deadeye there for a second. It's only because, like, I don't like getting played with. People like to set me up. You know, it's happened my entire life. People like to play games with me, set me up, get my hopes up, and then siphon it and all this other shit. They like to beat around the bush, make grand displays, but closeted grand displays, you know, knowing that I pick up on everything, details, and all this other stuff. Or they'll just outright be cruel or nasty, you know. So I'm just pointing out what I'm noticing, and, you know, everything else. I still stand by my choice that I made for my co-pilot, or whatever you want to call it, as, you know, as I was guided by Source to do. So we'll see. But I am saying here that, like, anyone who wants to play games with me, like, have fun, you know, while you still can. Okay. Alright, so anyway, then we got, so it's 72, and we got 55. Okay, so group, yeah, did I do all of them? I'm pretty sure I finished, right? Should have been, the last one should have been, Aqua Purity Pulse sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. And then we got, wait, hold up. Yeah, we're on this one. Okay. And then the other one is seed song manifestation, singing or chanting causes seeds to sprout instantly into mature, healthy plants. And then there's the Aqua Purity Pulse, sends a wave through any body of water. Okay, so that's that. So congratulations, group number 2. Okay, group number 3, you got 55. So your name is the Covenant Scribe. Your colors are parchment, seal red, and wax gold. And you got 8 powers. Your first one is blood memory, ancestral recall through lineage. It's a very important one. That's why I think it came up so many times. Because if you don't remember where you came from and what your mission is, how the fuck are you going to get anything done? Alright, so, and then we got 25. Ancestral land memory reads the original blueprint of a place and restores it to its healthiest form. Ooh, that's interesting. That's cool. Okay, and then you got radiation neutralization, absorbs or stabilizes radioactive contamination without harming the wielder. Then we got Aqua Purity Pulse sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. Then you got Air Clarion Fields, creates a radius of perfectly clean air, dissolving smog, smoke, and airborne toxins. Then you got, fear manipulation. Manipulating fears. I don't know what that's about, but okay. Then you got corruption extraction, pulls spiritual pollution from land affected by violence, neglect, or exploitation. And lastly, you got toxin transmutation, converts pollutants, chemical, energetic, emotional, into harmless or beneficial substances. All right. Congratulations, group number 3. Group number 4, your number is 92. Let's see. You got the Crosswalk Prophet, white stripes, asphalt, gray, and hazard yellow. The Crosswalk Prophet? What is that? So, like, me... something about crossroads, maybe. It's interesting. My oldest got hit by a car on a crosswalk. The crossing guard wasn't looking and didn't do his job. And my son, you know... he's a bit of a space cadet, you know, he's very, like, lackadaisical in his mind, like a surfer dude or whatever. And yeah, he got hit by a car. There's somebody in my complex as well, and then they didn't hold anybody accountable or do shit about it. Anybody I called to get legal advice ignored me or told me they can't do anything, and yada yada yada. I told that story about how, like, when I went to the hospital, my dad was, like, making sounds like somebody with Down syndrome or something, or like somebody that has mental, like, disabilities, you know. He's being very inappropriate, like, making fun of my child, and then he thinks it's funny. That shit is not funny. So, anyway, I really don't like talking shit about my family. I really don't like, you know, talking shit about my dad and stuff. I really don't. But, like, I have to call shit out. Even myself, I've called out a lot of shit. I've put myself on trial, like, 500 times. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm better than everybody. Like, no. But I do understand my value. I understand my worth. And I understand that I actually give a fuck about humanity and the earth and just, like, life not being boring and sucking, because it fucking sucks. So, for most people, it sucks. You know, all you rich motherfuckers that get to go ride around your fucking golf carts and have fun, have a grand old time drinking your booze and fucking all your women. Yeah, and all your men or whatever you're into. I don't know. I was told your time's up real soon, so we'll see. Okay. Otherwise, like, please, like, someone needs to put me in front of a firing squad already, because I can't keep fucking doing this shit. I really can't. But they're forcing me to. They're keeping me here for some bullshit fucking reason. Alright, so what do we got? 92. Oh, crosswalk, whatever. Alright, you got 2 powers. Your first one is... Oh, I didn't write it down. Okay, we're gonna have to roll the dice. I just feel like, you know, I've been like running a fucking marathon for like ages, dude. Like ages upon ages upon ages. And I'm like, all it's been is people dangling carrots in front of my face and then snatching it away real quick. Snatching it away. And I'm just like... And then I pulled this card earlier. I wrote this when I was, like, inebriated. So I channel, like, crazy when I drink alcohol. Slow and steady wins the race. No need to hasten pace. Or maybe I wasn't inebriated. I don't know. I don't remember. But regardless. Okay. And also, it depends. Because, like, it depends on the day. It depends on what I was drinking. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes it'd be, like, literally poison for me. And it... Whatever. I'm not getting into all that shit. Alright. I've already given up way too much information about myself personally. You know, I'm trying to defend humanity. I'm trying to change shit. I feel like it's, you know, my obligation and responsibility to try to be as transparent as I can. But a girl can only go so far. A girl can only give so much, all right? Or a person, okay? So... Alright, what are we doing here? Okay, so I got 11. Forest heartbeat. Syncs with a forest and accelerates its regrowth after fire, logging, or disease. Okay, cool. We got 9. Fauna revival. Revives weakened or endangered animals and restores their vitality. Okay, cool. Congratulations, group number 4. Alright. Group number 5, you got 83. Your name is the Gutter-born Crown. So you're the king of the gutters. You're the king of the gutter snipes. All right. You got rust red, asphalt gray, and black. It's reminding me of the Dead Boy Detectives, the Cat King. If you've seen that show, I don't know. That's just what came to mind for me. You got 11 powers. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, holy shnikes. We don't like to talk shit about the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost, okay? That's not... We don't do that around here. We love ghosts. By the way, there is a group on YouTube... Guerrilla War Tag, whatever. I don't want to say War Tag. Guerrilla War Tag. Is it? It's called Gorilla Tag or something. I don't know. My son was playing that game religiously until the VR that I didn't even pay off yet just decided to stop working. So that's cool. But it's for a reason, because I didn't want him on there anymore, and he kept taking it when I was trying to get him off of it, 'cause, you know, it's, like, really not good for you to be on that all the time, or, like, really at all, especially when you're young. So, it's whatever, but... Anyway, they're on there, like, fighting, like, ghosts, which I find... I saw, like, an episode came on, and they're, like... talking about this female ghost that was chasing them, and they're like talking about like, are these ghosts conscious? They seem like they're conscious. I can't say that word. Someone just pulled up like eerily outside. Ugh, I hate that sound where it's like a screeching, like a creepy sound, like a nails on a chalkboard almost, but it's a car pulling up, like creepy. I hate that. And anyway, and they're like running from him and stuff like that. I feel like there's some type of conspiracy going on with that, because then at one point they're like, what are we supposed to do when we capture the ghost? It's like, and then they're like, I don't know, be like Ghostbusters and like put it in a box. And I'm like, okay, y'all are too much. Like, you're just ridiculous at this point. All right, so for number 1, you got biome reweaving reconstructs damaged ecosystems by restoring native species and rebalancing food webs. I'm just trying to see, okay, 59. Then we got, Aqua Purity Pulse sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. Then we got Corruption Extraction pulls spiritual pollution from land affected by violence, neglect, or exploitation. Then we got Air Clarion Fields creates a radius of perfectly clean air, dissolving smoke, smog, smoke, and airborne toxins. Oh, wait, I was reading the wrong thing. Oops. Okay, start over. Biome reweaving. Then Aqua Purity Pulse sends a wave through any body of water that instantly clears microplastics, heavy metals, and pathogens. Then Fauna Revival revives weakened or endangered animals and restores their vitality. Then we got Blood Memory, Ancestral Recall through Lineage. Then we got... Hold on. Shadow Pollution Dispersion clears psychic residue from war zones, prisons, or corrupted sites. Then you got I feel like that's like the same thing. Let's just... Hold on. Alright, then you got Radiation Neutralization absorbs or stabilizes radioactive contamination without harming the wielder. Alright, and then you got a lot of these powers are like not called on, which I find interesting. A lot of them are just duplicates, like crazy amount of them. Venomous Bite / Claws. Okay, then we got Seed Song Manifestation. Singing or chanting causes seeds to sprout instantly into mature, healthy plants. Next is Mycelial Whisper communicates with fungal networks to detoxify soil and redistribute nutrients. Then you got what happened? Oh. So, no. Thank you. Eco Ascension Catalyst accelerates the evolution of ecosystems, helping Earth shift into a higher, more harmonious state. Okay. And then you got let's do from this one. No, let's do a different one. And then you got Radiation Neutralization absorbs or stabilizes radioactive contamination without harming the wielder. Okay. All right, group number 5, that is your big reveal. Congratulations. We're going to do some fortune cookies to finish it off. So pick a number between 1 and 5. Pause the video if you need to. Group number 1, your fortune is love, truth, but pardon error. Okay. Yeah, you know, if someone makes like a harmless or not a harmless mistake, but they make an error, right? They don't really it's about your intentions. Someone may speak out of turn or say something not 100% correct or offend somebody or whatever, but it's about their intentions. What's behind what they're doing. That's what matters. All right. A good home is happiness. Group number 2. Group number 3. The human body was designed to walk, run, or stop. It wasn't built for coasting. Exactly. I don't know, the 26th is apparently going to be a big day, but I've also been told that like 700 times that, oh, this date, this date, this date, this date. All I'm saying is rise up, bitches. Rise up. Because my hands are tied. I've done like everything I could possibly fucking do at this point. Otherwise, I gotta basically wait. I can't even say that. I can't even say that. Okay. Whatever. Okay. What are we on? 3? Group number 3. There are many new opportunities that are being presented to you. This fell out as well. It fell on the floor. The architect of your destiny is yourself. Okay. That's the case, then none of us should be disappointed if that's the case, right? Number 4, there is only one happiness in life, to love and be loved. Yeah. Wish I knew how that felt. Oh no, it's how to betray, be betrayed and be betrayed some more. We are made to persist. That's how we find out who we are. Number 5. I'm also seeing this one popping out at me. A billionaire's joke is always funny. Is it? Is it Elon Musk? Is it? Because I'm not fucking laughing right now. I was told that I get the last laugh though. Or Medusa. The OG warship gets the last laugh. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry for my, bitchy mood. I'm just, just annoyed. Just really annoyed. My soul is very tired and weary. I'm looking at this ayahuasca medicine book. It's popping out to me. I could really use some of that. That'd be great. I've never had it. That's one thing that's been denied to me. But yeah, the whole thing with the psychedelics though, that's like an A+. That's an A+ on the politician's grade book, okay? That's definitely a good move right there. But slacking and everything else. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm just really, I'm just tired. Quiet withdrawal, what? Justice comes through disengagement, not confrontation. Cool. So maybe, instead of people being confrontational, they're gonna just quietly withdraw and return the reigns of power to the worthy once more. We also, this popped out, restored reputation. A false narrative about you collapses. Your name is cleared. Okay. That's cool. Alright, guys. You know, that's the message I have for you for today. Please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, follow all the things. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.